unique because, he can take a game over. He plays multiple positions. He can bring it down. He can post up. He can play on the wing. He can play if the game is fast. He can play if it's in half court. When it's all said and done, he's one of the leading scorers in our league, but, he may impact the game more with his passing than anything else. He just loads everybody up and makes everybody else better. Now, a lot of times people say that about individuals, but the numbers bear that out. The impact that he has on the game and their ability to score is dramatically different.
How is Clemens doing? And how does he view this game? How important is this game for him?
You have to ask him. I mean, obviously he's going home. Anytime anybody goes home, it's a different feel. I mean, no matter what anybody says to try to downplay it, he's obviously a senior. He's played 1 million games under pressure. But, you go home, it's a different situation. You have a ton of family there. But, I'm not worried about him that way at all.
Where is he health-wise? Is he back?
Fine.
He's back? So how long has he been practicing? When did he get back?
Couple days.
Okay.
I mean, yesterday was his first full day, but he's participated, in part of the practices before. He's worked out on his own. Sunday was an off day, and he was in the gym on his own. I think that's when he knew that he was ready.
So this break came at the perfect time for him.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't think anybody likes breaks this long, but if you have a guy who's injured, it certainly benefits him. And we're thrilled about that because obviously he's a very important part of what we do.
What's been your messaging and what have you seen from the players during this, what's been a really long break?
You just work on different things. It gives you time. You can work on, your offense, your defense, your pressing, your zones, your zone attack, your man attack. I mean, whatever you might see, not necessarily locking into the next opponent until you get to, yesterday. So for the first part of this break, it was how do we get better? And then yesterday we began focusing on Michigan State.
Is there a concern? I mean, you guys were really kind of on a roll when this break came along. Is there?
I don't get concerned either way. If we were playing well, if we were playing poorly, everybody gets a break. This one seems a little longer than usual. Usually, you play Saturday, you miss your Tuesday or Wednesday game, and then you play the following Saturdays. It's usually 7 days. This was 9 because it was a Tuesday, Thursday. Everybody gets a bye.
Sometimes teams have kind of a mental block, bad things happen against another team, and it kind of snowballs. I mean, you beat Michigan State in your first game, then lost 9, a lot of them really tough games, and then you won the other a couple weeks ago. How has that maybe affected you guys confidence-wise because there's such a good program? And
it doesn't affect you. It doesn't affect anybody confidence-wise who wasn't here, when those other games took place. Now, obviously you're talking about Adam, Clemens, Cassell, those guys have been participants in some of those games. The other guys, don't mean anything to them. They weren't here. So, I don't think you can put too much into, hey, they've beaten you a certain amount of times because they're one of the premier teams in the country. They beat everybody, a certain amount of times. And they win most of the times that they play. So I don't really look at that at all. The bottom line is you go on the road, play one of the best teams in the country, you have to execute, you have to defend, you have to rebound, you can't turn it over. You've got to limit their key personnel under their averages. You can't make poor decisions with shot selection where you're driving the ball on the break in half court because that leads to open threes and transition baskets, and it gets us in foul trouble. And all of that fits, and that's what we focus on.